All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So I'm continuing the weed sector review, looking at SNDL, Sandal as I love to call it, as well as high tide. So I have I don't have a lot of technical analysis to do for Monday because Monday is all about earnings and all about just how the market reacts. My simple opinion and your simple opinion of how the earnings sound really means nothing. It really is all about, does the market like it or not? And honestly, that'll be pretty apparent pretty immediately. You know what I mean? So play the reaction more than your opinions is my sincere opinion. All right. That said, I'm gonna talk a little bit technical analysis. All right, because obviously it was an interesting week. I think there is a bit of the news, right? Like we were expecting a big thing, and obviously it didn't happen. Obviously this is a little bit more of a Canadian play than it is a US play, but I think we can all agree that like federalization is going to touch the entire sector regardless where you're at, right? So that said, there are some just really basic technical things that I'll talk about. But one more time, Monday is less about these colorful lines that I love so much and more about what does the market think of sandals. Is it good leather or is it some shitty plastic? You get what I'm saying? So before we go any further, real quick, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We do have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like, subscribe, share, comment. Honestly, anything you can do does help with these videos. But for real, I appreciate your time so much, okay? And look, I'm not perfect. I'm not all-knowing. And yeah, if you've got better opinions, I for sure would love to hear from them, okay? Hear from you. Sorry about that. All right, let's get into it. And look, I'm normally not zoomed out this much, but I did it for a reason, okay? So I know, again, there was some like federalization rumor stuff happening, but there's a couple things I just want to call. All right, when we come to this line, all right, we're basically at 50% of this candle, right? So this big green, this big red down makes a lot of sense because of where this thing was sitting. All right, and what does that mean? Look, all I see is red, 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 red. Nothing, 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 green, 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 red, 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 red. You see that? Like, I talk about that often, right? And this channel, and look, you can honestly say this channel, right? Basically where this was, we were literally at the bottom of this line, give or take, right? So from here down, it's just literally this, and then this, right? So as like random and unknown as this looks, honestly, it was a mix of a slap down and a rejection of the 100 combined with just being in a very open channel. You know what I mean? So that's my justification for that, okay? RSI didn't look crazy high. It was skimming the 80s. It was 80.3. We've obviously seen higher on stuff, but have we actually been in the 80s on Sandal in a while? Oh man, okay, so this is the last time we like broke it was back in March of last year. All right, what were you? 81 again. And let me just go into the 23s. That one was no. So this is the highest we've been in this year, right? Because again, this is January right here, and you can see like this is the only time we've been in the 80s this entire year, right? Obviously, as you look to the left, we've hit it once, a few times over there, and then almost at this little double peak, right? But yeah, generally speaking, 80 is a little high for Sandal. So it does make sense that this cool down, it just, like I said, happened to be in a channel where there's just quick down, quick up, quick down is what it is, right? Again, technically speaking, it looks like we're basically on the 8 moving average. Again, what am I expecting? Look, one of two things. We're either going to drop all the way down to 157, or this thing's going to come to 185 and maybe even crush 185 and actually maybe even try to go to this 206. My immediate targets would be 186, 185, whatever, and like I said, 155. I think those are the 1-2s. But again, just depends on how much or how bad the market likes or hates it, right? But yeah, that's basically, and again, nothing to do with technicals, for real. I'm happy that the MACD is in the positive. I'm happy that it looks like it doesn't want to like, it was coming back in, and now it's kind of like, maybe I want to go, maybe I want to. I don't care about I don't care about the fact that it's a bunch of good buying and only a couple. Like, Monday's earning reactions is all that matters on this stock right here. Okay, for sure, for sure. High tide. We are getting close. All right. It doesn't look it, but I'm at least glad we're staying on the better side of this trend line, okay? Because I'm going to zoom out real quick, all right? This is the longer of the two trend lines as well. The one that we're sitting on, as you follow the mouse, we keep, like, this is the longer trend line. I am glad we haven't lost it yet. All right. Obviously, we're under the 8, and we're basically riding the 8 and the 20, and it's all about this 100 moving average. But high tide's doing its best to hold. All right. Again, I know that U.S. federalization might not matter too much to high tide specifically, but end of the day, the sector goes up and down together. I genuinely believe that, you know. So I'm hoping this was nothing more than just like a little dang, the news didn't happen, but trend lines holding, we gotta get back into that like 135 range, get us just back into this. But end of the day, there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 moving averages kind of starting to go, oh shit, the 5th one's up there. We are pretty much in a cluster of all 5. You know what I mean? And in some ways that actually might be okay for this stock. You know what I mean? Hopefully that means it won't go too far down. I don't know if that also means it won't go too far up necessarily, but high tide seems to at least, you know what I also want to start drawing? I think we're going to draw an uptrend, because there is a trend line happening here. Hey, if this is too many lines, let me know. All right, for sure, let me know. But I do want to draw this. Okay, I'm going to do this. All right, so basically I'm taking it from bottom of this guy, and I'm hitting this one. I don't know if I need to hit this one just yet. All right, this is only a single day. I want to see if this thing keeps going up from here, then yeah, I'll lower the line to here. If this goes down again, then yeah, I hit the right one, and it was this candle. So I might adjust this line on the next video, but I think the way I see it right now is we're actually under the uptrend, but for sure over the downtrend, and I think that matters a lot more to me. All right, so again, if these are too many lines, let me know, and I'll kind of clean it up. But one more time, all 5 moving averages being this close together probably means a lot more than all these white lines kind of stacked here. I genuinely say I like these computer generated lines more than my manual ones, but I do think I'm all right at drawing some manual ones. You know what I mean? So yeah, again, RSI doesn't look that bad. MACD's definitely in the positive. Volume just needs to break the 50 moving average, but I kind of don't care about most of this. It's really all about the moving averages, I think, at this point. And, you know, trend is your friend, right? Hopefully we stay with the uptrend. We keep beating the downtrend. And then, yeah, I mean, the money line for now is 143. Just get me over this purple line. Get me over all 5 moving averages. And yeah, hopefully that'll be a good thing. You know what I mean? So, stay a little more patient on this one, is I think the moral of the story. So, hey, these are just my thoughts and opinions. Thank you.